not got a curtain there?
Got blind. Let me see if that makes any difference. Is better, isn't it?
That's better.
Still a bit pale.
So I think we should definitely just do like an end of year roundup. Like,
hey babe, how are you?
Hey.
You alright?
Yeah, really
Happy
excited.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, almost. It's New Year's Eve. So I just wanted to quickly ask. I thought you and I were chatting anyway about what we were going to do this year and what we needed to change, if anything, and what the team needed to look at. And we just thought we'd just do a quick Zoom and we record it, and we can just put it out there for people who want to get into action mode as the start of the year. Really quickly. Hi, babe. How you doing? They want to get into action mode really quickly, which I know you and me both do. So I thought, well, you thought, to be fair, I want to do your idea, just to record the conversation would be really useful for other people to kind of see what we're doing and what we've got planned for our own businesses and stuff. And we were just chatting there before we started recording about, you know, the days of being able to just put a picture on your Facebook of you with a shake and get loads of orders, which it kind of was a little bit like that 6 or 7 years ago, because there wasn't that much other stuff out there and nobody was really using social media for network marketing like they are now. And you used to be able to do that really when we first started. You could just say like, here's my shake, and people were like, oh, what's that? That's really interesting, can I buy some? And that was amazing. But life isn't really like that anymore in any part of business. You know, Facebook is busy, Instagram is busy, we're busy, our customers are busy, our potential team members are busy, and we've got to, like, really, you, me, all of us, anybody who's watching, you know, we've got to work out how we're going to stand out in a pretty busy marketplace. So the analogy I was just chatting with you there about was like standing in Euston Station or King's Cross Station or a busy train station at 7 in the morning trying to get people's attention. Like, what would you do if you had to get people's attention? Would you just be like, hi, excuse me, just like, no one's gonna everyone's busy. So we've got to make ourselves really big, really be really brave, be really bold. You've got, I mean, I know you and me do it a lot anyway, but you really need to go, like, people need to be going live. I know it could be like uncomfortable or whatever, but whether it's going live or somehow coming to life for your audience, a 2D kind of picture is all right in the background. They're what I call space fillers. But you and me and all of our teams, we need to come to life. Absolutely. Every single day for our audience, don't we?
Yeah, we just need to stand out. People need to see that we're real people. Anyone can take a photo. Anyone can take a photo, but they need to see that we are just real people, that, you know, that we're here. We're really excited about what we're doing, and we want to be the ones that they come to for help. You know?
And I really think, actually, and we'll come to like specifics in a minute, but honestly, and you and I talk about this quite a lot, everybody, unless you're brand new in the business, right, and joined in the last few weeks, you already know what to do. Hayley and I could sit here and we could do, here's 10 ways to get your business started, and here's 5 things you can be doing. But honestly, nobody did that for me. John was like, just go and share the product with people. And actually now, that's not me saying I wish I'd had that help. I think it was the best advice I ever got, was just go and do it. Just go and talk to people. Go and tell people why you take the product. Go and tell people why you love it. And then they'll either want to buy or join or get involved themselves. So, hi.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Nice. Sorry, Molly's just come to show me a new toy.
Scott did the same thing to me. I said, he said, brilliant, right, what you need to do, we need to get as many customers as we can, and we need to, you know, build our team, show other people they can do this too. I was like, how? And he was just like, just talk to people.
I think that's what I want to do, you know, Hayley. I want us to really encourage everybody to keep it really simple. Like, sometimes we spend so much time on Zoom calls and training calls and all of this stuff and learning and not actually doing. And it's like trying to learn to drive a car without ever getting behind the wheel. You know yourself, right? If you can drive or if you can ride a bike or anything, until you get in that car on your own and start driving, you can read all the manuals and watch all the training videos that you like. It doesn't get you any closer to being able to drive, and this is exactly the same. And I do think that over the years we've kind of ended up in a zone, like a training zone almost all the time. And actually you can see it in the numbers that the people who are actually getting those results are the people that are taking action every day, whatever that action is. And actually might be really different. Like, your day and my day probably look really different. And some people are great at getting customers. Some people are great at recruiting. Some people are not great at either. Some people are great at both. All of us are individually you know, totally, we've got skills and bits and pieces of the business that we're better at or stronger at, or we prefer doing, right? But you have to get good at both. You have to get good at customers. So I sent a message out this morning saying my commitment for me, right, is, and it's like a minimum commitment is 3 to 5 customers, new customers every single month through 2020, and to retain those customers, right? So because I could say, right, do you know what I'm going to do, Hayley? I'm going to get 15 to 20 customers every single month. But I know for me, looking at, I've been doing the business long enough, right? I'm in my 7th year. I know 15 to 20 customers for me personally isn't really realistic, right? It's a stretch goal, and it's great. And I might do that 1 or 2 months, but I'm talking consistently every single month, 3 to 5 customers who keep getting the product every 4 months. So that by the end of the year, you've got a really good, solid customer base. Now, everybody can aim for whatever they think. You know, you always get a lot more than that customers because you're better at it than me. But then on top of that, I really love recruiting. I love all that side of things. So I'm going to really up my game on that side of things too. So that's me looking at my own business and going, okay, where are my strengths? What do I love to do? What do I love to talk about? And how can I do more of that? Because the things that we love to do and love to talk about and love to share are what we're going to get better at. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. And I think, do you know what? I always find, whether I'm talking more about customers or I'm talking, you know, more about the products, or I'm talking more about the business side, that's what I get more of that month.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not, you know, this business, and I've said this right from the start, it's built on common sense. You don't have to know the ins and outs of anything. You just have to think to yourself, what attracted me to this business? What attracted me to these products? And what do I think that other people that are like me are going to want to see on social media? What's gonna, you know, would I scroll on by, or would I click on my own post? It's not, it's as easy as that. There is no ins and outs. And I don't like to give out too much training at a start either. We just kind of have to jump in and just run with it. And I feel the same now about my business as I did 6 years ago when I joined. Like, I'm still a dealer. I'm still a dealer. I still wake up like a dealer every single day thinking, right, who can I help today? How can I get more people to like or comment? How can I get more people to follow up with? Like, they're like my main goals each day, you know. Yeah. How we do that is like, it's going to be different for everyone. Like you say, because we've all got different strengths and weaknesses. But as long as we're, I think, excited, and like we were talking the other day as well about clarity, as long as you actually do want this and you're clear on your goal, whatever that goal is. Should we not sing whilst Mummy's talking?
It's quite nice. But that's the other thing, and actually Wendy's a great example of that, is that a lot of us have got kids or jobs or whatever they are, other pulls on our time, right? And when I look through the whole team, and I include you and me in this, right? There are times when it's really difficult to get anything done, right? There are times when your headspace isn't quite where you'd like it to be. There are times when life can take over. But and you have to kind of understand, I guess, or appreciate yourself that's why this business is so amazing, but it's also the challenge of it, because you can put it down. I mean, sometimes what we can do, or what's easy to do, is easy not to do, right? So it's easy to post on Facebook. So guess what? It's easy to put it off. It's pretty easy for me anyway, and for you and for other people. It's pretty easy to go live, actually. And it is pretty easy. You might not be comfortable doing it, but it's also dead easy not to do. It's dead easy to put it off. It's pretty easy to talk to somebody about the product that you love. Guess what? Pretty easy not to do too. So because there's no boss, nobody chasing you, no target, all of that, what we tend to do, and I see it time and time again, is people put it down for a while. Oh, you know, the kids this, my husband that, my partner this, my job, my boss, all of the reasons why we can put it down and leave it. And guess what happens? It's very difficult to pick it back up. It's very difficult. So what I would say to anybody who's got like stuff going on, and we've all got stuff going on in our lives, right, is look at this year and go, okay, or this week or this month or however long a period of time that you can, and go, this is the amount of, I do this at the start of every week, right? And my Sunday night, I look at the week and I go, what am I able to do this week? What's the minimum that I'm able to do? So I know, for example, when the kids are at school at 9:30, I can do an hour. I know I can. I might not be dressed, I might not be looking great, but I can do an hour. I can go live. I'm making a shake anyway. Why not go live while I'm doing it? I have my product anyway, my captures anyway. Why not take a photograph while I'm doing it, or whatever it is, or post about it, or stick it on my story? So what can you do that's easy to do, so that you never actually, and John always said this to me, never let a day go by when you do nothing on your business. Never let a day go by when you don't take some action. Now, for some people, some action is a lot of action. For some people, some action might just be posting on your story. It might just be, but whatever it is, making sure that you're committed to what you can do every day. And then the times when you aren't so busy or there aren't things going on, do more. But get really committed to that.
I totally agree. We can give like tips and advice and trainings into a blue in the face, can't we? But at the end of the day, it's just the key things, I think, are just be excited about being here, quite frankly. I mean, I think everyone is. But and just commit to yourself. Like, what is it you want out of this? Commit, like, what level of income do you want to get out of this every single month consistently? And show up at that level each time. You don't have to show up like you're a 10 grand a month earner if that's not your goal, like, you know. But as long as you're doing, like you say, a little bit every single day. It's like me now, I could just do 8 hours today on this business, adding, doing massive like loads of stories. I could follow up with it and then not do anything for a week. That's not going to build my business. Like going to when you start, how many people are going to start in the gym like next week, by the way? So many, but how many are still going to be there in February, March, you know, and then they're going to wonder why their body goals, you know, not all their fitness goals haven't, you've not reached them. It's the same as this business, but just going smaller, do less. Even if people think, right, I want to get to NMD or QNMD or whatever, and you think, right, I'm going to do, like you say, 20 orders, this and that, just actually set your goals a little bit less than that. So set your goals a little bit less than that, so you can, do you know what, go above and beyond and achieve them. That feels better. That actually makes you want to do more, rather than setting these high goals that you don't even hit in your first couple of weeks, and then you're like, oh, I'll start again next month. Like, it doesn't work like that. I say commit. Be consistent in goals that you know you can achieve, because that's such a great feeling. You're like, yes, I've done everything I said I was going to do for my business today, and now I've got a bit of extra time. Do you know what? I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to add a few more people. I'm going to make a little video. Like the other day, Rich and I were just sat on the sofa, and I thought, how can I reach out to some more people here? And I said to Rich, can I interview you? And I have never interviewed him in like 6 years in the business. What? And he's like, panic. I was like, don't worry, just come. I just want to hear what you thought when I first said about Juice Plus, and what it's been like since being in the business. And like, you know, I prepped him a little bit, like, told him what I was going to ask him, and do you know what? He absolutely loved it. And plus, it was just a totally different angle that I've never used before. And people were just asking me, like, you know, I had loads of messages from that. Oh my God, I love how real you guys are. Like, wow, I didn't realize it was like that, you know, because there's a lot of skeptical partners out there. So try and just thinking outside the box. I'm not saying everyone has to do that, but, you know, tiny little things outside the box. And again, I think either yesterday or the day before, I thought, you know, I'm going to just make a little video and open up my capsules. And again, from that, people were like, wow, I didn't realize that's what the capsules are. I'm like, I say what the capsules are every day of the week, but you sometimes have to say different words for different people to hear and understand and go, do you know what, actually, yeah, I do want that. So yeah, it's not rocket science. We don't need to do all the trainings, but what we do need to do is constantly just be thinking, like, what can I do to get new people, to show new people. I hate saying get new people, actually, but like just to show, to help more people, because I don't know about you, Emma, if I do know about you, but I wasn't looking for this. You certainly were. I didn't know I wanted to do this. It's like a blessing in disguise. It's like you said. He said, I'll never forget this. You said, you didn't even know, like, you were missing something, and you thought you were doing life. You didn't even know you were missing anything, you know. And that's what we need to get across to people. We want some really fab, driven, motivated people that we know are going to be amazing in this, but that quite possibly at the moment don't even know they're missing it. They don't even know they want or need this. So it's how we get it across, I think, is just the most important thing. And there's not really trainings in that. It's just like, are you excited about it? Tell people about it. Baby, watch out.
I do think, and then that's kind of all the training that you need, is like, if you're not excited about this, get excited about it. Find something about it that excites you. If you're not. So one of the things that I wanted to say on this actually was, what people do a lot about this time of year is start looking back at like the year that's gone, right, with and which is fine if it's a view of like, just, you know, what have I achieved, what I wanted to achieve, if not, why not, that kind of thing, right? But I don't spend a lot of time on that. But what I would say is and I've had this conversation with a couple of people over the last week or so, where they're like, oh, you know, I'm nowhere near where I wanted to be, or whatever. And Alex always used to say to me, it doesn't really matter whether you got where you wanted to get to, because if you did, then great. If you didn't, then you learned something. So either way you win. Do you see what I mean? So as long as you're doing something, to take yourself in the direction of the goals that you want to get to. Whether you know, whether if you wanted to run a marathon by the end of the year, but you didn't quite manage it, but you're up to 10 miles or 12 miles, well, that's massive progress versus where you maybe were at the beginning of the year, where you couldn't run to the end of the street. So instead of going, oh, I didn't run, I didn't manage the marathon, look what you did achieve. And actually, like, realizing that you either win or you learn, you either achieve what you wanted to achieve or you took some big steps along the way. So instead of beating ourselves up for what we didn't do, really look at, what did I do, what did I learn, what lessons did I get from that I can take into. So if one of the lessons that you have in your business is, I wanted to get to a position, but I didn't achieve it. What did you learn along the way about what worked, what didn't work? What could you have done more of? What could you have maybe done less of? What could you have, could you have followed up with people more? Could you have been more consistent in your sharing of the product? Could you have been more consistently going live more often? What did you do that actually worked, that took you in the direction? If your business went backwards last year, then why do you think that might be? Did you take your foot off the gas? Did you maybe not work through the summer? Did you I tell you what, it's a great thing to do, right? Because the numbers don't lie. So sometimes people will say to me, like, oh, my business is this or that, or I haven't, and I'm like, I'll look at their charts for the year, and actually the virtual office now is really, you can see a lot on there. And I'm like, you didn't recruit anybody. Not you did. But, like, some people are like, oh, my business has gone backwards. I mean, we haven't recruited anybody, or you've recruited lots of people, but nobody's actually put a single order through. There's no point in recruiting 10 people a month if nobody orders anything. Or, you've only had one customer in a year. So, of course, your business hasn't moved forward, or whatever it is. So those numbers don't lie at the end of the day. And if that's the case, again, it's not about beating yourself up for what you didn't do. It's going, okay, what can I do this year to make sure? So for me, like I said, I look back at my charts and I think my customer numbers for me have actually been pretty good towards the second half of the year. So I'm looking at it and going, what did I do differently? All I did was show up more, talk about the product more. I realized I had been not talking about the product enough on my page. So I started doing that a bit more. And interestingly, this last month, some of you know, like, I've got some big challenges in my personal life. So I've really struggled with balancing the business and everything this month, and maybe haven't been as on it as I normally would be. But I've had more customers this month than I had in October and November. Wow. Because people have, because it's the fruits of the work that you do. What you do today doesn't show up today all the time. So the people that I added 3 or 4 months ago, the conversations that I had 3 or 4 months ago, people were like saying, messaging me and going, actually, can I get this product, or can I ask you about that? And I was like, oh my God, like, that's consistency through the year showing up at the end of the year. So that, and it's kind of reassuring in that way, really, to know that what you're doing doesn't always show up straight away, but if you don't stick at it, it won't show up ever. So you're almost like wasting your time doing a little bit and then not finishing it. So just decide what you can do, decide what you want to do, and as you said, Hayley, decide what you want to achieve. So I'm looking at this time next year and thinking, where do I want my business to be? Where do I want my headspace to be? What kind of an upline do I want to be? How many team members do I want to have? We always talk about going to an NMD meeting. I want to have more NMDs there. I want you guys to be there with us, so it's not just a handful of us at the NMD meetings, that there's lots of us there. And how do we do that? How do we help you guys to do that? And so working out what your personal goals are and what you can learn from what you maybe didn't achieve this year.
Yeah, for me, I know this is something that I said to you earlier. It's just like, it's just decide, like, look, like you were saying, 12 months ahead, like, what do you want to get out of this business? What do you want to be earning in 12 months time from this business? Whether that's a consistent £500 a month, whether that's £1,000 a month, whether that's 2,000 or more, like, whatever your goal is, and then just think, right, how would I feel when I'm earning that amount of money consistently from this business? Like, how would you feel when you're earning £2,000 a month consistently from this business? You'd be like, even just saying it, you just smile, then you're like, I know my goals. Every time I think about it, I'm like, yes, like, and you have to show up as that person right now, as if I'm not saying go out there and spend like you're already earning that money, but feel like be that person right now, and instantly, without even knowing it, like, the things you put out on social media will change. You will be like, yes, I'm going to do a video right now. Or, yes, I'm going to, rather than just a single photo of yourself that's kind of no emotion, you'll do a little boomerang, or, you'll do a little time lapse of you making your shake. Or, do you know what I mean? You'll just bring your page will just come to life, because you will be, that's like saying, I said this to one of the girls yesterday as well. Imagine, like, if you knew that no matter what, end of January, no matter what, you were going to be hitting the position of SSC. Like you knew it was going to happen. That was what's happening at the end of Jan. So you would just not, you would stop at nothing to do it. So you'd be like, you'd go live all the time because you'd be that excited about the fact that at the end of the month you're getting a £900 bonus. You'd just be like, I mean, you just show up all the time. And so that's because you'd already be living that SSC, you're already the SSC person. So I think it's so important. Have a think, what earnings do you want every single month for our business? And show up as that person. Write down how you'd feel earning that. Just write down how you would feel that, bringing that money in from your part-time business, around your job, around your kids, whatever, and show up as that person every day, because I guarantee instantly in a second, like what you decide to post on social media will just change ever so slightly. It will just be like, whoa, it will just be energized. And that's what people...
You find other people like that then, don't you? Like, if you're like that, you start attracting other people like that too.
Absolutely. Because if they're just seeing people that are just, quite shy and quite quiet, they think, oh, she's really shy and quite quiet, I can do this too. And then it's like, the great thing about our business is the personal development side of it. So it actually really brings people out of their shells. You do have to come out of your shell to just show people. You've got to be excited about it. No one's going to give up £50 and join a business if they're not excited about the prospect of, possibilities of earning, X amount of money and having time with the children and what have you. So we have to get that across every day. And I know it's kind of a repetitive task, but I know for me, 6 years, 7 years or 8 years, it's very exciting still, right? And so for me, I've not got a problem doing that. I think that's just where some people kind of forget.
And also we think it's repetitive to our audience, but it isn't. So because you're thinking about it and in it and on it and talking about it all the time, sometimes people think, it's my, I don't want to bore people, and actually you'd be amazed. You are aware of it and you know how much you're posting about it and talking about it, but to your audience, you're just one of 5,000 people that they've got on Facebook, or 200 people that they've got on Facebook, or whatever. And I look at people like this. So there's certain people who are doing really well, and I can see on the Facebook when they've changed it up in their heads. And so go and look at someone like Kelly Brightwell, right? Her Facebook in the last 3 or 4 months, where she's just got rid of her ex-boyfriend, she's a single mum, she's got on with it, she's gone, right, I want to take, you can see the difference in her social media. Look how much she posts about a product, about a baby, about everything. She's on my Facebook constantly. I don't go, I'm sick of seeing that. If I was sick of seeing it, I can take it off, but actually I can see the difference in her. Mariam Hussein, another person, go and look at how much she posts about her team, about her product, about her bit, constantly. Now her audience, she's very specific for her audience. Kelly is the same, right? But when I look at Kelly, and I think she's come through the business as from a party girl to now a mum, right? And the transition in that kind of her audience has moved with her. Everyone's getting a bit older and a bit more whatever. But my point is, I see those people, and we all have people that we follow in the business or whatever, and I can see it when they're on it in their head, when they've just gone right. And she recruited 2 people into her team yesterday. She was posting about customers that she got yesterday, in amongst all the other stuff that she posted about. And I was like, go on, girl, she's not even in our team, right? She's part of a different team, but I can see the sort of thing that she's doing. And it's nothing to do with her being any more able than she was before, any more experienced than she was before. She had a good business anyway, she's 100 club anyway, but she definitely had a period where life just took over, right? I can see, and the reason I'm saying her, and there's other people as well, we could probably all come up with examples. I can see when somebody's gone, I'm having this, right? I'm having this, I'm doing whatever it takes to get, and suddenly, because she's a single mum now with a little boy, her why is completely different. She's like, I'm doing this no matter what, nobody's getting in my way. Do you think she cares if people don't like her Facebook or whatever? No, she's feeding her baby, she doesn't care. So my point is there about, it's just kind of, it's showing up, it's being excited. It isn't about knowing every little thing about the product. It isn't about knowing every little thing about how to be a fantastic upline. Do you know what you need to bring people in the business and be a fantastic upline? It's the same. Be excited. What do I have to do? Go out there and be excited. Bring in team members, bring in customers. All the training that you need to give somebody is go out there and be excited on whatever platform you like. Online, offline, in the shops, at work, on the school run, whatever. It is not a complicated business. And I really genuinely think, I know you agree, that over the years it's got a little bit people have got too complicated about it in their heads. And I really want us this year, 2020, I want it to be simple. I remember. I don't know the details yet, but there is, and some of you will have heard on the grapevine, there are some really good little changes come in to the marketing plan, to positions, a few bonus changes, all of which are really good, right? Changes that we've got coming. I don't know the timelines of them. I think I'm going to find out early January. Some of them are coming through, but this is really important. They're really good things that are going to skyrocket people's businesses. The only reason, or the only way that people will benefit from these changes that are coming, and they're good changes, is to be already moving when they come, right? Think of it like a moving train, right? You want to be already on it. You want to be recruiting, you want to be building, you want to be getting team members, getting customers, you want to be thinking about it. This is not like sit on my hands and wait and see, because this is about creating a momentum in your own business, in your own team, in your life, in your head. And when we have great momentum in our lives, in our businesses, you find then, it's like putting a jetpack on the back of it. You know, you've got a great business that's moving anyway, or you're going in the right direction, you're recruiting, you're doing all the things, and then somebody comes and puts a jetpack on it like that. Now, that might be mid-January, it might be mid-February, I'm not sure, right? But somebody is going to come along and go, here you go, there's some extra things that you can go after, that you can achieve, that you can share with other people to make it easier for you to achieve the things you want to achieve. If you're already moving, that's a jetpack that just propels you forward. If you're not already moving, you're kind of going, oh, I'll have a look through the brochure and I'll see, and you want to be part of, I want to be part of the momentum that's already going to be there. So somebody just jetpacks it onto the next level, because that is going to change this. That's going to, like, if you're talking about 12 months from now, that's going to be, people will look back at the start of this year and just go like, that changed everything, because I was already moving. I cannot stress it enough. I want you to be already moving when this comes.
Oh, I'm
so it propels you forward. I
yeah,
know. I don't even really know what it is yet, but I know enough to know that it's exciting. So don't message me asking me to tell you, because I don't know. I only know enough.
Yeah, but like you say, is you set yourself up, get yourself in place, and
yeah,
I mean, it's just win-win. It's going to be even better. You know, we already get so much from our company as it is, like so much. But yeah, I'm so excited for 2020. I cannot wait. I'm really excited for the 2020 on Fire events as well in Jan. Oh my gosh. It's just going to be crazy, yeah.
So if you haven't booked those yet, guys, there's only 250 seats at the Leeds one. So it's a small, intimate, but really powerful event. So don't, like, if you haven't booked that yet, definitely get that booked, because that'll sell out really quickly. And I think the Southern one, there's 500. I don't know how many's left. So it's not expensive. I think it's like 10 or 12 or 15 pounds or something like that for a ticket. So a lot of people have asked that, is it the same speakers? They're two different events. Some of the speakers will be similar, but they're quite different events. So if you want to go to both, go to both. But remember what we've said, right? Only do that if it's going to be worth it for you. Don't, if it's going to be something that's going to change something about your business, if it's going to be, but I would encourage everybody to go to at least one of them, whether it's in Leeds or down south. I think it's Farnborough, maybe the other one.
Aldershot, yeah.
Aldershot, yeah. Just to kind of get that, immersing yourself, you immerse yourself in with the people. If you hang, what is it John always says, if you hang around with monkeys, you become a monkey. If you hang around with eagles, you'll become an eagle. And I think that's another thing, and I'm probably going to wrap it up from me on this one, is when you're thinking about this year and your goals and your targets, and I don't spend a lot of time, I don't spend ages on this, right? I'm very much like a pen and piece of paper kind of girl, right? I'll write down 2020 and I'll have like, here's all the things I want to achieve, and I'm just going to stick it on my desk there. Got my new desk, by the way, I'm excited. But also thinking about who are the people that you need to be around, whether that's virtually or really, that are going to take you in that direction, because we are responsible for what we allow into our heads. We're responsible for the people and the thoughts that we have and the people that we allow to influence us. And I look at this year and I think, who do I need to be around? And getting into 2020 on Fire is the great way to start yourself off in a way of being around people who are on the same path as you, in the same direction as you, as ambitious as you. You'll never find somebody at the top of their game in sport, in leisure, in music industry, in the business world, who spent their life worrying what other people were thinking, to being concerned about negativity or drama or people. You'll never find anybody at the top of any profession if they allow the people around them to hold them back. You've got to surround yourself, whether it's in your team or your friendship groups or your family, with people who want to propel you forward, or at the very least aren't holding you back, right? They don't have to buy, they don't have to join, they don't have to be evangelical about the product or the business or anything. They just have to not get in your way. And I cannot stress enough, this is your responsibility as a human, to create an environment where you are going to flourish the best. where your goals will come true, where your life will happen, where you're able to focus on the things that make your life and your family's life better. And that's each of our own responsibilities to create that environment for ourselves. If you don't have that, you can create it. You really can create it, because by putting some boundaries in place. And this is like, it's new year, new start. If your boundaries aren't in place in your relationships, now's the time to do it, because your business will flourish if you plant it properly in the right soil.
Yeah, I'm just so excited. And for me, the last thing real for me is, yeah, just like you were saying, take that responsibility, get rid of the negativity and things like that, but just take responsibility for your own business, and, you know, stop overthinking everything. Just stop overthinking. Don't overthink anything. Just have the best time with it. Surround yourself with the most incredible people and just go after it, because it's all there. Find someone, you know, a couple of people, leaders in the business that you connect with. Check out what they're doing, just check out their energy, and bring that energy to your own social media. Literally bring that energy and just have the most incredible time doing it. Seriously, because you're not enjoying it, then you're doing it wrong. And let us help you try and fix that for you. All
right, cheers. It was lovely to catch up, Hayley.
Yes, and you.
And Wendy.
Yes.
Have a lovely Happy New Year, everybody, and hope you found this useful. And just, you know, keep it simple, show up, be excited, and guess what happens? The business will flourish massively as a result. See you later.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Happy New Year. Bye.